what am I doing with my life? I have to mentally and physically force myself to sit up.
That's when I know it's really bad. You're a failure. Your life is a failure. All these years you've been working so hard don't really mean anything. You messed up years ago and your life went off the rails. You'll look back on your life as a complete failure. You'll never achieve those things that you've always wanted to achieve because it's too late.
Typically because I'm just so overwhelmed with a lot of things that are happening in life. And I kind of just shut myself down. And then I'm like, man, I really don't want to get up because then I have to face the things that are overwhelming. And that doesn't sound fun.
You're supposed to do something else. You're supposed to be in charge of this. But that weight is, the weight of responsibility. Like nobody else is going to show up for me.
So I lose a lot of motivation when I just feel like there's a ton going on in my life. And then I don't have the motivation to get myself up and moving and getting the things done that I need to do, or really anything.
I feel like my brain tends to mirror the situation that I'm in. So if I feel really closed in with a lot of responsibilities and things that I'm doing, my brain feels closed in.
There's traffic on the road, and I swear I almost get into a car accident every other day.
So sometimes life just gets tough, and it doesn't really feel rewarding anymore.
I used to find any excuse to get out of work. I hated going to work.
I find my job stressful. It can be incredibly stressful just because you're moving so fast.
And in the past 50 years, we've, migrated indoors into office buildings, and especially in the past 20 years, onto screens, computers, TVs, your iPhone, your smartphone. In my opinion, that's harming us at a fundamental level.
A lot of times at my job, it feels like I'm banging my head against a wall.
You can draw a line between emotion and motion. And if you're feeling sorry for yourself and you're feeling depressed, look at what you're doing physically right then.
And sometimes, literally my psyche and my nervous system will tell me, hey, you have to do this right now.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name, I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I've got a name, I've got a name.
Oddly enough, I can throw my tent in my car and go drive down a dirt road, and for however many to 12 hours I'm out there, it really is peaceful. It really is a healthy way of escapism, I'd say.
Nothing is like the windows down and you see all the mountains and you feel the wind get cooler as you go up higher in the mountains.
Like a north wind whistling down the sky.
But something that I've done is, in the past, fully removed myself from my life. Is a really solid, concrete way to be okay, I'm not worried about anything at home. I'm not worried about my job. I'm not worried about anything. I'm also out of my house in a completely new situation. And that allows my nervous system to reset. I'm out in the mountains for a couple of days. I'm, come back into myself and ground myself.
They're proud, moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead.
And even just getting out there really calms me down, and then my brain can calm down and I can think things through clearly and make decisions with a more sound mind.
when I feel too closed in, going outside gives me that space to just see things in the right perspective and allows me to fully analyze those bits and pieces that maybe weren't very clear.
Like a fool I am and I'll always be.
You're putting yourself in a mindset where you're not thinking of the outside world, where you're not thinking of what's happening, at school or at work or in your personal life. You're purely thinking about how to, remain in control of your mind and your body.
I know I could share it if you want me to.
But it felt really nice just to go out and get some light, stretch my legs, and kind of like release all the tension that I had.
I love going out to the mountains and camping, just taking that little bit of a trip out. It's so peaceful, it's so quiet. You don't have cell service most of the time anyways, so nobody's blowing up your phone. And there's nothing like waking up to like a morning and you can just hear the birds and there's nothing else, and it's just so nice and relaxing.
Oddly enough, when I am camping, my mind kind of automatically shifts to another headspace.
I don't know, I just imagine it as like I'm leaving everything behind.
That gave me a sort of anchor that I haven't been able to find anywhere else.
I think it's important for us to disconnect from like our phones and social media and all the different things, because it's not real life. If we're not experiencing things, I mean, how many times do you scroll through TikTok for 2 hours and you can't remember a single video that you even watched? But I always remember every single camping trip I've ever been on. Like, they're always fun.
You could say it's in our DNA. You think up until the last 50 to 80 years, our ancestors for thousands of years spent every single day outside, being active, working for what they have.
The inside is an invention. It's not real. It's something we've made. Outside is real life. Outside is the real world. That's the world that's existed for billions of years, honestly.
Just after doing a long hike, we get to the top of some hill. I just take a break, look out, look down, see what I've done. Realize that I just did that. Like, I just hiked this mountain. It's kind of rewarding. It's very rewarding.
Knowing I could just walk outside at any point, that was ours, that I wasn't going anywhere, that was home, that's where I belonged. And we need to stop forgetting it.
I stayed up all night weeping, watching the moonlight shine through